from radiant mind to the illusion of a separate self. Have you ever wondered, when does a baby begin to experience the world, not just through touch or sound, but as a separate world? When does the idea of me and everything else begin? Let's explore how perception arises, and how, from not knowing the truth, the illusion of duality is established. Chapter 1: The Radiant Mind. At birth, a baby's mind is radiant, pure and unconstructed. There is no concept of self or world yet. No words, no labels, no boundaries. Just raw sensations. Sight, sound, taste, smell, warmth or touch. The baby sees, but doesn't know what is seen. Hears, but doesn't know what is heard. There is just experiencing, with no someone inside doing the experiencing. No toy, no observer. Just the feeling of seeing. This is the state of the radiant mind in the absence of duality, a direct experience without division or separation. Chapter 2: The First Perception. Gradually, perception begins to form. Not due to correct vision, but because of not knowing the truth. This not knowing is what the Buddha called ignorance. When the mother's face appears, when the baby feels the warmth of her body, when the word mom is heard, and when her scent is received, all these sensations arise together. From this fusion, the baby's mind consciousness arises. This is the perception, mom. At that moment, the baby experiences mom as something outside. And with that, the sense of I as something inside arises. This is the birth of duality. And in that very moment, the sense of a self, in other words, the feeling of self-existence, arises for the first time. Chapter 3: The Ignorance. What exactly is ignorance? Ignorance is not knowing the truth, not understanding how a thought or perception arises. Due to the ignorance, we start believing in a separate self and an external world, which is the wrong vision. With time, more perceptions form. They evolve, adding feelings, names, and emotional layers. This is how internal world of mental formations builds up due to ignorance. Chapter 4: Practical Moment of Realization. Now let's try something together. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Now I'll say a word. Mom. Did you feel something? A picture? A warm feeling? A memory? That entire package arose in just a moment. But I only said a word. Mom. This is a perfect example of what we call a mind spark. Chapter 5: Unwrapping the Mind Spark. Let's understand this more deeply. When I said the word, Mom, you didn't just hear a sound. You felt emotions, memories, even physical sensations. In Dhamma terms, the sound, image, scent, touch are part of the form wave. The emotion, meaning, past experience form the name wave. When these two waves fuse together, in the very same moment, they create a new vibration called mind consciousness, or mind spark. This is the arising of perception, fresh, immediate, and the effect arises due to causes. This instant arising of the name wave, without clinging to memory or storing it for the future, is what we call telepathization in this context. Not in the usual sci-fi sense, but meaning the name wave arises spontaneously, not pulled from the past, but triggered fresh in the very moment, as if telepathized. Final chapter: Dissolution of Self. What happens when you deeply understand this mechanism? That every perception, every thought, arises like a spark from the fusion of name and form. You begin to see through the illusion of a fixed, separate self. You realize the me you believe in is just a mental construction, happening moment by moment. And when this insight becomes clear, the feeling of self begins to dissolve. Awaken to the timeless truth within, and be liberated from illusion.